Okay guys, so we are back in the sewing room again today, and we are going to have some fun because we have a new toy to play with, and that is this beautiful Pfaff 360. Now, if you've been around our channel for any amount of time, you know that we are absolutely in love with our Pfaff 230. It was our first introduction to the Pfaff world, and we had no idea how amazing it would be, but we just love the 230 and everything about it, and so we knew we wanted another one. And so when this one popped up at one of our local thrift stores, we knew we needed to grab it and bring it home and give it a home. So I don't really know much about it, and we're going to kind of find out all of its quirks and features, and if it works today together, this will be one of those is it a keeper video or is it a paperweight, because I have no idea. We brought this home, and the one thing I know about it for sure is it's kind of missing one of those plug into the wall situations. So we haven't even been able to test it and see, what happens. Is the motor going to smoke? Does it turn at all? The only thing I do know is it's not seized up and it sounds okay. So, really that's about all I know about it. But by the end of this video, hopefully we will all together know, is this a keeper or is it a parts machine? So I'll get you in here a little closer and we'll figure it out together. Okay, so here we are. New toy to play with. So the first thing I can see here that's quite obvious is how incredibly dirty this machine is. It is just not clean. It looks like it's been sitting in someone's kind of closet on the floor with all the lint for a bunch of years, and then got to a thrift store and maybe sat for a while. I don't know, but can't wait to clean this thing up. But that's gotta wait for another day, even though my OCD is killing me right now. It is what it is. So first thing I want to do is kind of start looking around at what we've got to play with. It looks like somebody got out of hand with their label maker. I've got a D and an E and a C and an A and a B and a zigzag. It's funny, this machine did not come with the little decoder wheels, so we went ahead and downloaded and printed off our own instructions so we could figure out eventually what this thing does. But we've got the same D's and E and C and B and A as this, but it's funny. So that I'll definitely peel these off and see if we can get the residue off. But anyway, also killing me, but we can deal with it. So starting out over here, first thing I want to do when I get any machine is see if it's free. And so I'll turn the wheel and see. It sounds a little gummy over on this end by the hand wheel, but it is moving very nicely. And there's no bobbin in it, so I can go both directions. Sounds pretty nice. So it's not frozen up at all, and it feels like and sounds like it's might need lubrication, but it is definitely freed up and good to go. So the next thing I want to do is take a look at the tensioner. What a handsome tensioner that this thing has. Really elegant looking compared to other machines and other makes. And so does it spin 0 up to 10 perfectly? It has really nice reflective pieces on it, and it turns really nicely. Let us see. Let's test here. The foot snaps up and down, and it has an extra small amount of lift, about 1/8 of an inch, which is nice. So that's working. And now to test to see if there's a rod inside controlling the tension, I can take a screwdriver here and see is that the tension discs are tight, and when I lift up, the tension discs are loose, and when I drop the foot, the tension discs are tight. So the little rod mechanism inside that releases tension when you do the foot is intact and working. So that's fabulous. That's all really good. The take-up lever is moving up and down nicely. Okay. Feed dogs seem to be working well. These also come with this really cool extra lever in the back that works this doodad, which is the automatic, or maybe not automatic, but like an assist needle threader. And that's really cool. If you just put my other one has this too. And it just comes down and interacts. Oh, it's just pushing it out of the way. What's going on here? Let me get my magnifier on this. I can't see. I have to use a little cheater guy here. Oh no, it's missing the needle. Oh, that's why it's just pushing it. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, so this is really cool anyway, but it comes down and it rotates, and it's supposed to stick a little needle in through the eye of the needle, a little pin through the eye of the needle, and then you hook your thread on it and boom, it threads it. I wonder if I can just buy, it looks like this unscrews, this little black guy. I wonder if I can just buy another one of those. Do you guys know? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know if that's something that I can just buy as a replacement end with this, because the rest of the mechanism seems to be working great. It comes down and it swivels and, oh, interesting. Okay, so there's one thing that needs worked on. Okay, next, what we've got is kind of the coolest part of this whole thing, which is this kind of suspension bridge looking doodad here. This is super, super neat. It even has a ruler on it, so it looks like it appears to be in inches, so 12 inches of ruler. Interesting that it's a German machine, but that would be not in inches, but it says Seattle, Washington. So this must be a sticker that somebody put on there, so that makes more sense. All right, anyway, this is super cool because this just pops out and then folds down. Oh, look at that. I mean, how cool is that? When things, transform and move and have multiple uses, that's my favorite. And I think that this is like this so that the lid, we do have a lid that came with it, the little box that came with it. I think you would have to have it like this so that the lid will fit over the top of it. So, and then you just pull it back out and snap it back into place and you are good to go. Now this one, it has a rough edge on the end under there. I don't know if I can turn around and show this to you. It has a rough edge right here, and it looks like, yeah, that's a thumb screw. That tells me there's more here that you can put on the end of this, like an extension. I think I've seen a video maybe where a guy had an extension table on this bad boy that went out and had little feet that popped out. Man, that would be cool to make the table this long. That would be super neat. Let me know if you guys know, is that something that's available that I can get? Or, if any of you out there have one of those extra laying around that you don't want, let me know and hit me up in the email or in the comments and I'll get that from you. So that would be really neat because that kind of looks unfinished. Otherwise though, this seems to work and holds itself in place and folds out of the way. So another one down, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and leave that down so we can take a look underneath. Okay, the next thing I'd like to look at here is this switch right here. I believe this should be, if I remember right on the other one, is a feed dogs. Oh yeah, look at that. Switch down, feed dogs are missing. They are now low, and we come up. I'm gonna be very gentle with these knobs because I don't know if they're in good shape or not, and if they crack and break, then I'm out of luck. Yep, feed dogs go up and down. That's really, really cool. What a neat feature. Moving across, I've got a light switch, and of course I don't have power, so don't know if that works, but it is making a switching sound, and that's usually the first sign of a good light switch if it makes the clicky sound, so I'm happy with that. Next, let's take a look at this here, the end of this trapdoor. Should be, oh my, ugh, yuck, that's not good. It's just dust, and we're gonna pretend we didn't see that. Let's take a look at this. Oh, this is a rotary hook down here. You can see that or not down there. That is a rotary hook. That is really great. That means it's gonna have smooth running and good timing and good balance. And I should be able to just pop this out. And there's our bobbin holder with the little spring-loaded trap door. So that's good, and it should just snap back in to place. If I can line it up. Oh, yep, there we go. So that all looks good. And I do have a bobbin that came with it. It's got some orange thread on it, so hopefully that works. That looks like the ones from the other Pfaff, so that looks like the right one. Looking good so far. And then this, ooh, nice. Positive lock, snap shut. Really nice. So what's really cool now is we have this, I believe you call this a free arm, and for doing sleeves and cuffs and whatnot. That is super, super handy for doing clothing and repairs and alterations and that kind of stuff. So really, really neat. I love that that you can do have a table or have the free arm. That's just really, really cool. I really like that feature. Okay, moving on. So far, so good. This should be a stitch length right now. Oh, and see this? Okay, this. Oh, look. Oh, this is more refined than the 230. I'm all the way down, and I've got a probably there's no movement. I'm on 0. I move up a little bit, and my feed dogs are moving a little bit. And look at the. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's broken down. Once you get below 1, it goes like 1 to 5. But once you get below 1, it's 0.8, 0.6, 0.4, 0.2. The other one didn't do that. The 230. That's really neat because when you're doing the what I learned on the other Pfaff is when you want to do the decorative stitches, but you want to have your feed dogs on like nothing so that you get kind of an embroidery effect. Let's go all the way up. This dial worked really nice to 4, and yeah, I'm getting full movement on the dogs now. And I don't know if you notice this, but when I move this, this is moving automatically with it. This is the reverse lever, and oh shoot, look at that, it's spring loaded. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, see, just a few years later than the 230, and they've really refined some stuff because the 230, there's not spring loaded. You got to kind of move it back and forth, and it's really hard to kind of get it where you want it. That is really, really slick. Let's see if it works. Feed dogs are going forward. Feed dogs are going backward. Another one good. Nice. The knob's in really good shape. This is in really pretty shape. This is nice. Everything is looking good. I've got a little red line up here to show you what number you're on. That's a winner. Looking good. Moving on. What I've got here is the beginnings of the decorative cam and zigzag situations. So I'm not sure why this is white and this is kind of yellowed. Some things get a little more yellowed over time, but I don't know. Hopefully you can make this out. The needle position is moving center, left, right, left, left, center, right, center, left. If I can get my directions right. That seems to be working really well. And I've got a zigzag lever here, and I've got, put this back in the middle. I've got a spring-loaded zigzag and an adjustment, which probably it's just moving the beginning position of your zigzag. Probably, maybe you can get a really fine tuning on how much zigzag you're doing. Go back to 0 and I can manually zigzag this out. So probably this is going to have something to do with the combinations of positions for the cams for your decorative stitches. So we'll figure that out. But so far, from what I can tell, these knobs, all 3 of these are functioning properly. Okay, super, super happy so far. Now moving up to the top here, this has got 0 through 5, just like the 230 did, and it should turn 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't know, boy, if you can see that. I've got a micro crack going right across this. I don't know if this is Bakelite or what these are made of, but that scares me. I don't want to break that off. I'm not sure what the availability of these is. Again, hit me up in the comments if you know. Is this something I can just get or what to replace that? But maybe I'll take, when I revive this machine, maybe I'll take and put a little bit of super glue in here real carefully just to help hold it or something like that. I don't know, but I don't like that. But anyway, the knob is really smoothly running. So both directions, very nice. So happy with that. As far as I remember from the other Pfaff, 0 is like off, no, everything up here, and these knobs gives you your decorative cams, and this kind of makes it go to no cam, straight stitch, basically, is what the other one did. So we'll have that on 0. Oh, and I got another one here. This has two thread holders that both hide away both directions, so that's super fun. And I've got 2 thread guides, but one is broken. Probably the one you would want to use most of the time is broken. So I think I'll have to use this one, which is not my first choice because it would force the thread, looks like, to kind of go across all this. I'm sure it works. I'm sure it's made to work, but that's a shame that that's broken. I wonder if it looks like it's a rivet. I wonder if I can pop that out and get a new one of those. I don't know. This one seems like it's maybe had a little bit of a hard life, but so far not a game changer. I still have at least one thread guide I can use. That's cool. Okay. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. The clutch. Let's take a look at the clutch. So we're spinning the clutch. Okay, that seems like that's tight. That's loose, and it is unlocking. That's good. Except the, oh man, the needle is still going up and down with it disengaged. So something's wrong inside of the clutch assembly. I'll have to fix that. Okay. Usually that on the other machines, in my experience, that means that either this knob is installed wrong, or there's like ball bearings or something inside of there that have come loose and it's not disengaging the wheel, or the oil in the drum interface inside of this hand wheel is all like gunked up and seized and not smooth and just needs cleaned and re-oiled. So add that to the list of things to fix, because that's super important. Let's take a look across the top. This is such a cool machine. This is your bobbin winder up top, and it's not turning, but if I click that in, oh, look at that, it's turning. So you would normally unloosen the clutch, put your bobbin on, click it on, and then turn it, and it is working. So, and it disengages, it engages, it disengages. Perfect, that works well. So we're looking good there. Now, this knob here, which we're being so handily labeled E, is the, from the last Pfaff I've got, that told me that this is the kind of the, how would you say, the intervals, so the frequencies of how often you want your decorative stitch to hit. And so 0 would be, I don't want it to hit at all. And then as you move up, the other one was 1 to 4. This is 7 to 1. I'm not sure why they changed the lettering on this one and the numbering on this. I'm not sure why, but it should be like, I want it every once in a while, more often. And then, you know, I want it every rotation. I want to have this, like, if you do a scallop, it's going to do it a bunch instead of every once in a while. So that's a really handy feature that gives you some control. And then the next piece of genius here is inside of this lid. That doesn't have a spring-loaded positive lock like the 230, so that's not quite as nice feeling, but seems to work all the same. And we have the same, very similar system in here with a 1 through 8. It looks like, I bet you it's the same mechanics, as it's only a few years newer. I want you to turn it to the right. It has a little red dot telling you where you're at. I'm on 8, I'm on 1, I'm on 2. That all looks really good. Okay, and you can see when I rotate this moves, so that's doing some cool stuff. That looks all good. Let's pop this lid off real quick. That comes off just like the 230. And this is nice and clean, and I don't see any broken parts in there, so that's nice. Okay, let me get another light here so maybe we can see this a little better. Hopefully this isn't too bright. This looks just like the 230 inside. It looks like a piece of German artillery, honestly. And I've got these ribbed belts, again, just like the 230, which is super cool. And they actually look like they're in really good shape. There's no tears or frays. That's very, very good. Okay. I got the little typewriter fingers. The bobbin tire looks like it's been replaced. That's neat. Okay, cool. Well, it's really handy with all of the little red ports, and anywhere they want you to put oil, they've painted it red. So dummies like me don't have any trouble. Very cool. Okay, awesome. I like it. Let's see if we pop this cover back on here. Just like that. Man, no screws, no muss, no fuss. This is just such a handy, handsome machine. Okay, let's take and turn it around and look at this side. This, I would assume, is how you would access maybe the drive belt assembly and maybe maybe a part of the motor mount. So I'm not going to get into there today unless I have a problem getting the motor to fire up, but this will definitely need to come off these screws and get this all cleaned out, because as dirty and as nasty as all this is out here, I'm sure the inside of that is just not good. Coming around the back, what have I got? I've got a name badge. It's in really nice shape. It looks brand new. Pfaff Type 360 lamp, Lampe, Lampe. I guess that's German for lamp. That's high tech. 15 watt is the lamp, so that kind of tells you what kind of a bulb you need to buy. And then I've got a nice serial number stamped in here, so that's nice. I've got the plug-in for the foot controller and the power, and the free arm. So this is all a little worn and a little dirty, but not a big deal. Let's take a look at the bottom real quick. And what I've got here is a couple of nice big thumb screws where you could use a great big screwdriver on to pop this off. All of the feet are intact, that's okay. And little vents for airflow. So when I do a revival video, I'll pop this off and I'll get this all cleaned out and oiled and serviced underneath, but nothing to really play with there today. And so maybe you can get a better shot at this cool little extra lever. This is the foot drop and this is the assist needle feed lever. So that's that. And then the light is up inside of here. And oh, look at that. It has a trap door, like a little attic set of attic stairs. How cool is that? And that's how you access your light bulb. And it has a light bulb, so that's really handy. We'll see if it works when we get power going to it. So neat. I think that is all of the machine. I'm really impressed. A couple of little things I need adjusted and taken care of, but overall, it looks like a winner so far. I'm really getting excited about this. You never know when you take a chance on these machines from a thrift store. You just never know if it's going to work out. So I think the next thing I want to do is fire it up and see if it runs. I do have, it came with this really gigantic foot pedal that seems to function. It's got some wear on it, and obviously it's been used, but it's a giant German foot pedal. I'm not sure why it's so large, but no problem there. Pretty good. And it has a multi-plug that feeds power from the power adjustment there and from the wall back to the back of the machine. So I just need to get a plug put on this. I went to the hardware store and I picked up this. It's not a vintage plug by any means, but it looks close to vintage as I could find in our local hardware store. And so I just need to take, whoa, she's a jumper. Sorry about that. So I just need to take a few minutes and open this thing up and wire this plug onto this cord so that we can plug this in and give it a test. So let me do that real quick, and then we will fire this thing up and see, does the motor make smoky and popping sounds? Do the mechanisms turn? Is it a lemon or is it a keeper? So let me get this fixed up and we'll be right back. Okay, so we are back and we've made progress. We've got a new plug installed on the end of our cord, which is looking good. Now, actually, I didn't do this. I got called away for a bit, and so my lovely wife, Stacy, actually installed this while I was gone. So she is an excellent sewing machine mechanic in her own right. If you haven't seen her channel, RichSoul Creative, you should definitely check it out. She has revived many vintage machines on her channel and has done a great job at that. So there's a link in the description to her channel, so check that out. Anyway, I think we're ready to go and give this a shot. I've got this table that I use has a surge protector built into it, so if I do have any wiring issues with the plug or the wiring or the machine, I will be safe and not feed power back into the house or make sparks. So let me plug this cable into the table. So far so good, no sparking or smoking. And now I'm going to take the universal cord that goes into the back of the machine and get it plugged in. Okay, listening, smelling, no smoke, no problems, looking good so far. Tell you what, guys, if this works, this is going to be a keeper and I'm getting excited. Cool. Okay, I mean, there's so many of these machines we brought home. By this point in the game, we've been like, oh man, this didn't work out at all, but this is doing really well. First test is the light. Does the light work? the light works. Oh man, we're on a roll here. There's the light. Okay. Switch. Not only does it make switchy noises, it makes light. That's super cool. It's only 15 water. That's what it calls for, so that's what it's got. We could probably switch it to an LED, but yeah, light works. We're good. Okay, moment of truth. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and push down on this throttle a little bit here, and we'll see. I can rest my whole arm on this giant foot pedal. Here we go. Nice and slow. It's making noise. Yep. Oh, listen to that. That doesn't sound bad at all. A little faster. It's working. More. And full blast. It's shaking back and forth a little bit, but that's because it's a portable machine. My other Pfaff is a tank and it's in a table and it doesn't make a single movement, but this is it's a portable machine, and this is, I don't know if it's aluminum or some kind of alloy, but it's not metal like the other one. None of my magnets stick to it, so I would assume it's aluminum, but it's very much lightweight next to the other one. So it has a little shake, but not bad. Try the reverse. Yep. And now we can try the clutch wheel. Now that it's working, we'll disengage the clutch. Yeah, and it's still working. It's still moving, so that's not working still. Yeah, listen to that. That is really, I mean, goodness sakes, that sounds good. Drop the feed dogs. Take a look at this rotary hook. Man, when I get this thing lubed up, it is going to be a winner. Yes. Oh, very, very exciting. Okay. The last thing I want to do here before we get out of here is see if we can't get this thing, all the string put in all the places and make it do the thing. So let's do that real quickly. We'll see if I can suffer my way through this. Let's pull this out. Okay. Try to figure out which direction this thread goes. I'll try this direction first. How does it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so generally in my experience, you want to go opposite of the way that your little slant groove goes. So this one's going back that way, so I'm coming around this way to make it kind of take a turn to go back into it. I think that kind of makes it's like a pre-tension. So that looks good, and I just pull it around there, and that looks good. Easy. That looks just great. So see if I can pop this into place now. Oh, look at that. Snapped right into place. So far, so good. This is just wonderful. Okay. Thread. This is going to be the hard part for sure. I've got blue thread. This is whatever Stacy told me I was able to use. Okay. Polyester, 100%. Okay. Let's stick this up here. Okay. I've ruined the tag on top. She's going to be so mad. We won't tell her. It's okay. Okay. Let me get a fresh cut on the end of this. Okay. Good. If you guys don't have these little snips, you should get some. They are so cool. I think somebody sent us a pack of like 12 of them, and we just absolutely love them. Okay, next what I want to do is come through this thread guide, and then I think I haven't looked in the book, so I'm probably doing this wrong, but this is making sense so far. Got my foot up. There's two sets of tension discs because it's a double, so I just got to get through one of them. Let me see this so I can see, because I'm hard of seeing. And I'll hold this and then pull up on this. Oh, and it snaps and everything. Oh my gosh, that worked well. Oh, this is just going way too smooth. Okay. Let's see if I can get through this take-up lever now. Oh, being blind is so hard, you guys. I'm in the wrong hobby for not being able to have eyes. But we work it out. We just work our way through. That one snapped. There's one down here. I'm hoping I can figure out which direction it goes in. Oh, I guessed right. There's got to be another one here. Oh, wow, I did it again. Guys, I'm on a roll here. You don't even know. I usually struggle with this pretty hard. I'll lower that down. I think I want another clean cut because it's fraying. This is the part we're going to see here. I need my cheater vision. I almost had it. Ah, you're not going to believe this. I did it. Don't come back out, little guy. Looks so much bigger in the magnifying glass. Okay, let's lift this up. Okay, pull this under the foot. Oh my gosh, I did it. How cool is that? All right, now let's see if I can get this to catch. Yeah. Grabbed it. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. It worked, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I can close this guy up. Give these guys a clean snip. Yep. I'm pretty good with sewing machines. I'm not so good with sewing. So you just have to bear with me. We all have our talents. Stacy's the real sewer around here, so. Okay. Oh my gosh, is this actually time to test? Is that what we're doing here, guys? Let's see what we got going on now. I'm on 0 and 0 and 0, and we'll put this to a little bigger. I mean, by my estimations, this ought to give me some kind of a straight stitch, but we'll see. Does that reach the floor? It does. Okay, here we go, guys. Hold this. I'll start it by hand. Oh, it's feeding. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's try it. Ah, it's doing something, guys. It feels smooth. Oh, man, it's working, guys. Check it out. What am I on it? Let's try to turn it down just a little bit. I mean, I don't think that the tension I need a little tighter coming up. It's coming. I need it to come up maybe a little bit more. I might need to play with the tension. I didn't check the tension really on the bobbin down below. That could be an issue as well. So, but it's working. I also have an old needle. I mean, who knows how old this needle is, right? Let's go a little smaller on our thread. Make another turn. Well, that's full speed. I'm not sure if that feels like enough full speed. There might be something with the pedal that's not adjusted properly, but that seems like it might go faster than that, but no, maybe not. It's handling it though. And the back looks pretty darn good. Let's just quickly, I'm not going to go through and try out every feature on the machine. That'll be for another video, but let me see if I can, I don't know, do something else with it. What happens if I do this? Does this give me a zigzag? Oh, it does. Look at that. You know how I knew? Because this kind person who owned this before label made me a zigzag sign. So now I know. I get this little Charlie Brown zigzag going on. You guys can see that, hopefully. Pretty cool. Maybe go a little bit more. Does that make it bigger? Yep. It does. Let's go back. Let's go to here. Let's just play with this a little bit now real quick. I just want a couple of runs seeing. Yeah, that zigzag is clean, guys. Look at that. We got a keeper. Okay, let's move this to like, I don't know, 2, and let's put this on like a 3, and let's put this on 3. Let's just see what that does. This is a guessing game. Let's see if it either seizes up or blows up or starts on fire or makes something like a stitch. We'll see. Now we're going to want to lower this way down. You see this moving by itself? This is called an automatic. It says Pfaff automatic on top. I think that means that this stuff here kind of moves by itself, and that's it automatically is making your zigzag do the picture that you want. So that's super neat. So you can see this moving up and down. What are we getting out of here? Oh, hey, dude, that looks really nice. I am really getting excited here. Look at this. Oh, that is so nice. Okay, so what happens if I change this to a 7? It's either going to make it more frequent or less. So again, I don't know if that should be faster than that, but that doesn't seem like a full speed. So that made it way less frequent. I only got one of them there. So we'll go back to the 1 all the way. Let's try another one real quick. Let's go to 3 and let's go to 4. And I don't know if I need to move these or not. I'll just deal with that later, but let's see what this does. You can hear that clicking. That's just it jumping off because it wants a quick jump stab on the picture you're making. And look at that. You guys can see that hopefully. Look at that cool stitch. Hey, it's doing stuff, guys. It's literally doing stuff. Let's try another one. It's literally, I haven't bound up yet. I haven't broken a thread yet. I haven't gotten out of timing yet. This power cord being broken and a couple of little doodads that are kind of missing or whatever might be all that was wrong with this. There's always something wrong with it. You never know what it is, but so far, other than just needing cleaned and lubricated, this thing is working like a champ. Hey, that's not bad at all. I dig on that. So what happens if I change this? Does that do anything? Let's try that. Oh, wow. I don't think it was supposed to do that. It just made almost like an embroidery stitch, like a satin stitch almost, or something like that. Okay, well, let's do one more just for fun, and I think we can call it, guys. Let's go to there, and we'll go here, and we'll just see what that does. And to finish up, let's turn this to 0. Let's turn this to 0, that to 0, and get back. We should be back on a straight stitch. We'll lengthen it out, and we'll just see if we can flow around. A little slower. That's a little aggressive. Open it up, pull it out, clip it off, and we did it. Hey guys, fresh out of the thrift store, are you kidding me? I will take that all day long. I am super happy. Beautiful. Okay, let's wrap this up. Okay guys, looks like we did it. This machine is absolutely phenomenal. I'm super happy and excited to use it and to get it going and get it working. The question of the day is it a keeper? And resoundingly yes. I couldn't be more pleased. For it to be fresh out of a thrift store and dirty and neglected, it runs and works, and it didn't catch on fire, and it didn't lock up, and it didn't break thread, and it just wants to be used, to be honest with you. When you've got something that's engineered this well, it can be neglected for a while and still just be a great machine. So you never know when you go to a thrift store, when you bring them home, especially if it's you can't even test it because it doesn't have power. You never know. You're taking a chance, and today it paid off. So I'm really, really happy. This is going to become one of my favorite machines to sew on, I am quite sure. So I really appreciate you guys coming along. It's been a lot of fun showing you this and putting this thing through its paces. And I think that's going to do it for today. So please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, when it comes to sewing machines, you can never have too many. See you next time.